In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to import 2D images and putting it in Blender and turning it into 3D. So to do that, we need to use a file format called SVG, short for Scalable Vector Graphics. So now, what is vector graphics? Basically, a normal graphic that we find on Google is built out of pixels. If you zoom in very closely, you can see that it is made out of pixels. Or if you find a low quality image, you can also see that it's pixels. Now, vector graphics is basically some dots and it connects and it makes a shape. So now we're gonna use that and putting it in Blender, because Blender also has this object type called curve, which it meshes in with it. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin by first getting ourselves some vector graphics. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be making the Blender logo. So yeah, let's go. Now, so now you can also make other things, and you don't always need to import it from Google or something. You can also just draw it on here. So now, simply saying, you don't always need to make it. You can also find it somewhere on the internet. They also have it. So let's get ourselves a Blender logo first. So open Google Chrome. Let's search Blender logo. So now let's select a decent one, like this one. Okay. Copy image right here, and then you can just Control V, paste it right here. So now, Adobe Illustrator is the program that I'm using, has an image tracing feature, so you don't need to trace it by yourself. So I'm going to use 6 colors since I think it's the most accurate for our Blender logo. So yeah, and then you can now see, so now it is a vector graphic, and then you can now expand it so that you can adjust some stuff about it, because if you don't, then it's just going to be a flat vector image that you can change. So now, after you did that, do some couple clicks on it, and then you can adjust it. Do a couple clicks on it, and then you can now adjust it. Delete the background. So now we have 3 parts: the orange part, the white part, and the blue part. Now, as you can see, this is a vector graphics. It's made out of dots, as I said, right here. Okay, dots or like vectors, just like in Blender. So now you can go to File, Export as, and then wait for this to open and set the type to SVG. Then I already made this before, so I'm gonna name it the same thing. Replace it here, and this is gonna pop up, and press OK. So now let's go to Blender. So now in Blender, just open a new file and delete everything. So now go to File, Import, Scalable Vector Graphics. Now there's also this SVG as grease pencil, but that's grease pencil, not what we're trying to do here. So Scalable Vector Graphics, and then look for wherever you saved it. My one's right here. And you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna be asking, where is it? It's right here. It's very small, so you need to scale it up a little bit and rotate it on the X 90 degrees, and then change the color. So I'll go into like material preview, and then you can change the color. So this is gonna be orange, and this is gonna be white. You might need to take it out and add a new one. Add a new one, and make this one blue. So now there we go. And now this is good. Now the last thing we need to do is add some thickness to it. So now go select this one, and the curve has this feature in its object data properties. In the geometry section, you can extrude it a little bit and give it some thickness like this. So I'm gonna go with 0.001. That's too much. 0.005, but that's too little. Okay. 0.045. Beautiful. So there we go. And now this is still a curve. Now we can convert it to a mesh, but I'm not gonna do that. Well, you can. You just select it all, right click, and convert to mesh, like this, and now it's a mesh. And now it's gonna look kind of weird right here, so you need to put on a remesh, but you might find some difficulties depending on the type of the mesh you're working with, but I think this is pretty good enough for now. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.